Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. So hello everyone and welcome to another episode of .NET Morning Coffee. And today we are going to talk mostly about the past Microsoft Build event that happened from May 21st till May 23rd. Actually, let me start sharing my screen. Yeah, it was like a 3 days event. It was like in a combined mode, so you were able to participate this event in person, go to Seattle. Tickets were probably quite expensive, but as an online attendee, you can watch a lot of the recordings, explore the materials, and actually, if your goal is just really to collect the knowledge, like learn something new, then just all the materials are online and you can explore them, so that's not a problem if you are not in person there. So Microsoft is a company that is trying to be focused. Well, their primary focus for today is obviously AI because of their partnership with OpenAI. They really try to plug in these AI capabilities into each and every product that they are building. And obviously, this Microsoft Build conference, although this is a conference with a primary audience developers, they tried to be focused on this AI capabilities there as well. And probably like half of the topics were really connected to the AI, to different AI, like different AI areas. So like AI frameworks, new AI technologies. So actually, yeah, if you really want to explore what happened during this Microsoft Build conference, your starting point is an official website, which is buildmicrosoft.com. So here you can explore the sessions, you can go to session catalog, you can like search here, filter, like put here like some really interesting tags and explore only them, or you can watch all these 300 plus sessions, which will take a lot of time for you, but good news, you can speed up the video. You can put it like X4 rate here. So the internal player is it actually allows you to do that. So for example, you can run the video and you can put a playback speed to X4, while on YouTube you can do the same, only X2, I think. So yeah, that's cool. Anyway, parts of the video you can also find on YouTube, but like if you are looking for some specific topics, it's better to go to the official website. Now let's take a look on like really most important things that were presented on this build. So let's try to see like to explore the main and most interesting topics that were actually that were highlighted on this build event. And definitely the video that I personally recommend to watch is opening keynote. It's I think it's about 2 hours, but again you can use a playback speed, put it, let's say, X2, and by watching this 2+ hours video, you will be able to get like most interesting announcements that Microsoft made during this event, and like that might be enough for most of the people. So you will not have to drill down into this 300 plus sessions. So maybe for you, this watching this opening keynotes would be more than enough. There are a lot of cool speakers. Satya Nadella, obviously, Microsoft CEO. There was a guy from OpenAI, the one who Alex, please step in, or Arthur. What's the name of this person from OpenAI? I forgot his name. This one.
Sam Altman.
Yeah, exactly. So
the root of evil.
yeah, so definitely worth to watch. So just like really most important topics that might be mostly attractive for you, I think, are the following. So first of all, as I've already mentioned, Microsoft is trying to push this AI capability into each and every product, and like the very first announcement that they made on the conference was about the integration of AI capability directly into Windows. So actually, they brought to Windows a dedicated component that they called Windows Copilot Runtime. So that's actually a component that will be available for developers. So they'll be able to build and extend their applications with AI capabilities that are targeted to Windows platform, actually. So in this article, you can explore what is this Copilot runtime, what are the capabilities of this Copilot runtime. There are some samples of what you can do. Actually, some like some visuals, some context diagrams. Yeah, it's a really nice starting point to explore this Copilot runtime. See what you can do with it.
They mentioned that, continuing investments in WinUI 3 and WPF. It's in this article. It's very interesting take because like for more than a decade, we saw that WPF is basically dead. It was transitioned to maintenance mode and to India-based team, but now they seems like they realize that there is nothing better than it. There are no better options, so let's try to push again in this area. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so actually, what is interesting that this AI capability of Windows may be like, well, I still believe that Windows is a very nice operating system. I like it more than anything else. The alternatives. So this AI capability probably will position Windows in like a better place compared to the competitors, because like there are some cool things, for example, that are powered by AI. Microsoft showed a new functionality of Windows that will be available. It will allow you to search. I forgot the name of that feature, but it allows you to search your past actions,
activities,
right? Past activity, yeah. So everything that you will do while you are working on Windows PC, so everything will be recorded, and then you will be able to search. Let's say you forgot what you did 2 days ago, so you need to search something, so you will be able to search it. So that looks really cool.
It's called Recall.
Recall, yeah.
Windows Recall.
Just wondering how much memory it will consume.
Probably it will be configurable, at least I hope so. Right. So another product that will continue to be developed is obviously GitHub Copilot. So Microsoft announced GitHub Copilot Workspace. It's in a technical preview. What is it about? Actually, it's a very nice thing. Well, at least it looks very cool. So this is a capability of GitHub Copilot to let's say, to allow you to build new functionality of your application without really writing the code, just by putting a description of what is required. So let's say you need to do some specific things with your product. So you obviously start from the issue description. So you describe what needs to be delivered. So you put a description, reasonable description, then Copilot Workspace starts like suggesting you some specific details. It generates the code for you, so you can explore this code, test this code, and if it is required, you can make some changes in the code. And yeah, if everything is okay, you can merge and close the issue. That's it. So obviously, this is a very cool concept, but for now, it's unclear how this will work in real projects. But it looks really cool. So, guys, what do you think?
Some sort of prompt development, and thanks God that it allows you to modify the generated code.
Yeah. So that means if this product really will work really on a really good level, then we will be all replaced by business analysts, right? So because they will be able to put a very nice detailed description, which we don't do usually, right? And then they'll be able to generate the code and merge it and build the product without developers.
Actually, this reminds me of a recent presentation made by some AI-related startup with some like AI functionality which was trying to replace real developer. Like it was a full interaction from the requirements to deployment to some environment, but as turns out, after a few weeks, it was a fake, complete fake. So let's see.
It's in a technical preview, so probably we will not be able to get an access, but we can try.
You know, the good points that Rusinovich and Hesselman, that LLM, it's not calculator, it's just NLP that can predict what should return next, regarding your prompt. I believe the LLM won't understand correctly your business requirements in some cases. As for me, it's like a future.
Yeah, you've already started diving into this area, Arthur. We will probably organize more AI-related topics with you soon. Well, at least you promised to do that. But the previous one, got a really nice feedbacks. So you should definitely continue to investigate that area for you. Yeah, that was GitHub Copilot Workspace. What else? So again, another improvement, another direction of evolution of GitHub Copilot. It's GitHub Copilot extensions. So right now, GitHub Copilot is a pretty boxed solution. So it is like shipped for you, and it can do what it can do, right? So there is no way to extend it, to add some plugins on top of it, and this is what Microsoft is trying to improve. So they actually introduced GitHub Copilot extensions. The idea of that is like some specific things. For example, you need to deploy your application to Azure. So obviously GitHub Copilot can generate for you some Azure scripts, but it will not be able to do the deployment for you, right? So it will just generate the code. But what if you wanted to do the code generation and then deployment and all these things you wanted to do with interaction through the natural language capabilities, right? So you want to just to chat with your Copilot and ask him, okay, generate for me, let's say, Azure function, new Azure function, attach it to the queue. Okay, that's cool. Now I want you to deploy this to Azure. So that's something that GitHub Copilot wasn't able to do until now. So Microsoft actually allowed to build third-party extensions that you will be able to plug into your Copilot environment. And these specific extensions will be able to interact with other systems on behalf of yourself. So, for example, you will be able to ask Azure Copilot extension to do the deployment of previously generated scripts. And all these things you will be able to do by just chatting with your Copilot. Well, that's again, it's a very interesting concept. So there were a number of extensions released. For example, you can see here for Docker, for Octopus, I saw that. So that's like really interesting thing. It's on a very early stage, but I think quite soon we will see a lot of extensions for Copilot. There are some limitations. For example, one extension cannot call another extension, so the chain of extension calls are not supported yet. Let's say your Azure extension need to ask MongoDB extension to do something with your document DB deployed to, well, I'm not sure how it's called in Azure. Well, MongoDB database deployed to your Azure account to do something. So that's not supported yet. So you will have to ask explicitly each extension to do something, but they promised to solve that questions as well in the future. So it's a very good starting point, and it looks really nice. So, for example, in this video, they showed how to interact with Octopus deploy extension. So it's all happening right in the chat. You just mention a particular extension that you attached to your Copilot, and it does what it can do. Yeah, that's another cool AI capability presented by Microsoft. Any comments?
Maybe you are able to create a new extension, and inside of this extension, you will call Azure Copilot and Mongo Copilot in sequence. Yeah, as a result, you will achieve that you mentioned, like to have a relationship between those two extensions, I believe.
Yeah. So anyway, like really nice product, really nice addition to Copilot ecosystem. Let's see how it works in reality. All right. What else? Yeah, so now let's move on to some .NET topics, because obviously it was a conference for developers, and there were some really interesting topics about .NET. So this one. So this is the session infusing your .NET apps with AI. Yeah, this one's this session combines both .NET and AI things. Why I actually decided to highlight this session, because one of the speakers here is Stephen Toub, which is a very smart guy, and he's famous because of his very long read articles about different performance optimizations of .NET. And also right now he is actually producing a number of videos regarding like very specific topics. Let's say there was a topic about spans where Steven with Scott Hanselman, they actually explained in details how spans work, or it was about LINQ. There were some other in-depth topics. So it's a really cool video because obviously it has a cool speaker. And here actually Steven shows how to work with a semantic kernel library. If you are not aware about this one, it's a really nice nice thing that can connect your application with AI models, and it's in a very organical way. So Artur, I remember you showed in your demo a couple of weeks ago this semantic kernel integration. So definitely worth to watch. Yeah. So and another one.
Sorry, regarding the previous topic. Also, Lewis show interesting things regarding how we can test relevance of response from LLM. Like he showed like, okay, we are able to do this and this, and after that we will just compare our expectation with response from LLM. And based on it, we can say, okay, is the test very fast or not? Yeah, it was really interesting to see this kind of activity.
Yeah, Okay, so this one is also like about .NET and AI. Yeah, I see the comment from Alexander. Yeah, there will be like purely .NET updates for sure soon. So why this one is also quite interesting. So again, two interesting speakers, Scott Hanselman, Mark Russinovich. This is like a more a beginner's video. They also showed how to use a semantic kernel here, but they started from something simple and then improved the application, desktop application with semantic kernel and precise function calls that allowed to generate more precise response from the AI. So again, nice topic, and it's .NET based samples that they used. Worth to watch for sure. Again, that's .NET, but still with some AI flavor. Smart components. So smart components is a set of components for Blazor and Razor pages that have an integration with AI models. For example, let's say you have a form that requires like first name, last name, phone number, address, and you have somewhere all this information and you want to just to copy paste it. So with a regular flow, you need to do this one by one, but with the smart form capability, you can do a smart paste, and with the AI capability, it will automatically parse your clipboard and insert and fulfill all the fields in the form. There are some other components available, so definitely if you wanted to impress your customer with some AI things, that could be a starting point for you. So guys, any comments on smart components?
I see a raised hand in the chat.
Yeah, I think we will be able to discuss all this like things at the end of our session, because if we start drilling down into particular area, we will not be able to cover everything. So Pavel, let's do that at the end. Let us unmute you at the end of the session. Now again, like now let's see what was about .NET, what topics we had dedicated to .NET on Microsoft Build. So there was a nice article from .NET team where they collected all .NET specific things in one post. Actually, here you can see .NET dedicated sessions during the build. So obviously, Microsoft talked a lot about a new product that now reached out the official release version. It's a .NET Aspire. For those who are not familiar, .NET Aspire is a new product from Microsoft that allows you to build a project that can run like a number of microservices, databases, and so on. So it can actually run all your environment just with a few clicks, and you will be supplied with a nice dashboards, logs collected there, so you will be able to explore how your application interacts, how the different components call each other. So quite interesting product. I'm not sure that it will be widely adopted, but Microsoft invests a lot. Let's see how the community reacts on that. Few sessions about .NET Aspire. There was a session from language design team about what's new in C# 13. This is the next version of C# that will be released in November. Yeah, again, .NET AI. This one, I know that Alexander, you like that session. Running .NET on NES.
Yeah, that's correct. Sorry, I was reading a chat.
Okay. So what is NES?
NES, it is a pretty old game platform from 19th, I suppose, yeah, or even early in 18th, right? And it is super small, and I mean, I don't remember what is the chip under the hood, but it is really, really old chip with really, it is not really powerful, and I think it is super cool that we can somehow build .NET to be run in this platform. That's amazing. That of course it is not trivial to do this, but that's the possibility. It's some sort of regeneration, pum pum pum. But that's possible. That's cool.
Okay. And for the
if he was playing the Mario or I don't know, it's some sort of Daisy, because for us Daisy, I suppose it is the right example, because Daisy is a clone of NES.
Okay.
Yeah, one interesting topic was also related to talk with Hanselman and Tolp, where Tolp with performance profiler during the session tried to improve Humanizer, the library.
I watched that session as well, but forgot to put it in the list. Yeah, that's a very nice.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see. Yeah, the flow, and to understand that we have a lot of support here from Microsoft, like Performance Profiler, where you're able to identify some bottlenecks in your application. Just use it and to achieve what you want.
Yeah. So yeah, Arthur, if you have a link, please post the link to that session.
It was in previous. It was in previous. Previous.
Okay. Okay. It's here. Okay, it's here.
Yeah, they had some kind of online sessions and pre-recorded sessions, and pre-recorded are under this table.
This one, highly technical talk with Hanselman and Tolp. Yeah, really enjoyed this one and can recommend. And for those who don't want to watch all these sessions regarding the .NET, there is a summary article, .NET announcements and updates from Microsoft Build 2024. And here they just summarized everything. Actually, again, so .NET and artificial intelligence updates, like they mentioned here, like specific types that were introduced into .NET, these smart forms, so different ways of interacting with AI models. There will be a library, officially supported library for your integration with OpenAI models. Yeah, now this area, it's about .NET Aspire. This is an example of the dashboard that you will get automatically if you use .NET Aspire. Not sure that, again, I'm not really sure that this will be widely used by the community, but for some people that might be a pretty attractive thing to run, let's say 5-6 microservices with the database, with the queues just in one click.
What we know is that it will be widely widely advertised on each and every of their presentations.
It is very widely advertised. Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes it sounds like a spam. It's something that you don't need, but
yeah, well, to be honest, like, for example, on my project we have about 300 components, and I'm not sure it's a good idea to run them with a .NET Aspire. Yeah, obviously you can create a .NET Aspire project and run only a subset of your environment and test it locally. But
I think on such a scale, if you want to use it, and once you integrate with it, you will have to dedicate single developer full time just to maintain its configuration alive and usable.
Yeah. What might be really
Kubernetes, because I believe they try to replace maybe somehow Kubernetes, because you're able resolve when you deploy Aspire application, you're able to resolve any services name just to put like the same like in Kubernetes, yes, just service name, etc. You don't need to provide any connection string to database, because if you said that okay, just run SQL Server as a container, all necessary stuff will be go to the next service, etc. You don't need to do a lot of stuff on your side. Maybe they tried to replace Kubernetes somehow, but I'm not sure how. Yeah, because
there is a capability to deploy your applications to Kubernetes through the Aspire.
Yeah, well, as I don't know, because they use specific tool for deployment.
No, there is.
There is?
I remember. Yeah, there is a capability. Yeah. Not sure how that works, but for sure you can deploy that to Azure AKS.
Yeah, but now they try to they just deploy with AZD, yeah, tool. They just deploy it as container service, not as AKS, like Kubernetes service.
Okay, yeah, okay, misunderstood probably. Another area that might be interesting to explore is testing with .NET Aspire. Let's say you wanted to build integration test and you need to spin up a microservice, place some database for it, do some database seed, fulfill it with the data, and then you wanted to test your microservice in integrated fashion. But I actually tried to search for something like that, if Aspire can do that, and didn't find anything actually. That's strange.
Regarding seeding data?
No. Regarding the possibility to plug in .NET Aspire project to your, let's say, XUnit project, and then use this Aspire capability to run your application with like all the dependencies.
I also thought about it, but didn't try to do it.
I found like one. I found one option for NUnit that you can in the CS Prosh you can specify use .NET Aspire flag, and that's the only mention of the relationships of .NET Aspire with tests. It's just this flag, and I'm not even sure what it does. But that would be a really nice area for using this .NET Aspire. Okay, .NET on Linux. So Microsoft proceeds to improve the way how we host our .NET applications on Linux. So they reduced the size of the container. So actually, they delivered chiseled containers, which actually have a smaller footprint. So that might be an attractive thing for you if you're trying to minimize the container size. There will be also, well, I know that you Vladimir mentioned that there is already capability to use a new server garbage collector server mode. But starting from .NET 9, it will be by default.
Yeah.
The default option. So this new GC mode allows you to have less memory consumption, significantly less, I would say. Yeah. So on this test, you can see that the current one consumes more than 80 megs, while the new one, like a little more than 20 megs.
I'm wondering if they want to start advertising .NET as a better alternative to Java just because of the much lower memory footprint.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the areas where we win. Right, C# 13, yeah. So there are like few things that Microsoft is considering to ship in C# 13. It will be an improvement of params and extensions for interfaces. So we have this extension classes, extension types that can extend an existing type with a particular methods, but we can't extend it with a property, let's say. So that will be improved with few other tweaks regarding with few other tweaks in this area. Yeah. What else? Yeah.
Does it mention partial properties? Because it seems like partial properties also is going to become a part of C# 13 release.
What does it mean, partial property?
Partial properties, like I think that it will be used in like 99% of cases for source generators for MVVM frameworks. Like if you just put an attribute over partial property, and library will generate internal implementation with like MVVM related stuff, like notify property changes after implementation. It was highly requested feature, and yeah.
Yeah. No, that's so they didn't show something like that. So they mostly talked about these params and implicit, explicit extensions. No, nothing about partial properties. So ASP.NET Core, so nothing really new here, just a few minor tweaks, some Blazor summarization, MAUI, yeah, and that's probably it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that were .NET topics, and few more things that I would like to discuss. So this one, I really like this one. Introducing Copilot plus PCs. So yeah, obviously Microsoft released new Windows capabilities, and now they wanna some products to be built on top of this Windows, or Windows to be placed on top of the product, so on top of the hardware. So actually Microsoft is running a new initiative which they call Git Copilot plus PCs. So this is a new generation of Windows PCs that will have a dedicated Copilot button on the keyboard. It is located somewhere here. It's like your Windows button that opens this menu. But this button will open immediately your Copilot, Windows Copilot, and you will be able to start interacting with it. So what else is interesting about this Copilot plus PCs? They will be all powered by ARM64 processors from Qualcomm. These chips are called Elite, Qualcomm Snapdragon Elite and Elite Plus chips, and these are a new generations of ARM chips that have built-in NPUs, yeah, NPUs, right? So these NPUs are units that will allow you to run some AI capabilities right on your PC, because currently if you interact with Copilot, all your requests have to be sent to the network that is located in OpenAI, on OpenAI servers or Microsoft Azure servers. So nothing is really running on your PC, but these NPUs will allow you to run some AI models right on your PC. So, and some of the interactions with AI will not be exposed at all. For example, this capability, recall capability. So like it is here. So Windows will do the recording of everything that you did, but it will not be exposed to anywhere. So it will be all on your PC. So no privacy exposure also. That's cool. Or another example how it all will work. So this is a Paint application, and you can start drawing something, and this AI capability will try to help you to improve the picture that you tried to draw. That's nice. Yeah.
Not full understand actually this functionality. Maybe I'm missing something. So what's the idea? To have some pre-built models directly in your PC, and they'll be used locally.
Yeah, exactly.
Or,
exactly.
Yeah, because
so they even called that small language models.
Small models. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not large language models.
And they will be run on these NPUs, right?
Yeah, powered by this NPUs.
You will be installing, for example, Paint or what else, something from this software I mentioned here, and during installation they will install some model,
I think,
which comes with this soft, and during application run it will be okay. That's interesting.
I think it will be something like that. Yeah.
And looks like they will use their own small language model like Phi 3.
Yeah.
Actually, worth mentioning that this NPU models is like it's not the case when it cannot work without them. It can work without them. It can run on CPU. It can run on GPU. It can run on GPU
exactly.
even much more better than on NPU. But with NPU, it's more specialized and less consuming unit, so it can save power if you anywhere need to run it.
Yeah. So and apart from these capabilities of Copilot Plus PCs, there were some products announcements, some hardware products announcements. For example, Microsoft announced their new generation of Surface laptops. They look really cool, and Microsoft even compared it with the performance of these laptops with Apple MacBook Airs, and they actually promised it will be 30% more performant than MacBook Air. I'm not sure why their baseline is MacBook Air. I think it should be MacBook Pro, but they compared their Surface laptops with Air for some reasons. What really looks really attractive is the amount of hours that this laptop can work. It's 22 hours of work. That's what they promise. And apart from Microsoft, a number of vendors started announcing their products as well. For example, you can see here Acer, Asus, Dell, HP, Lenovo, Samsung. All these devices will be cheaper comparing to Intel-based laptops because for some reasons these Qualcomm processors, they are cheaper. So that influenced a lot on the price. And all these laptops look like really cool. So for example, if you take a look at this Acer laptop, so see it's a really nice thin laptop with this Copilot button, right? But well, that's a definitely new generation of Windows PCs, and it's really interesting to see how all these PCs will be applicable for our day-to-day life. Because, for example, I'm not satisfied with the working hours of my current laptop. I think I can work with it without charging it for really 3-4 hours. Here, Acer promises 26 hours. That's hard to believe, but let's see how it works. And for those who have some concerns regarding the run of x64 applications, there is a built-in emulator that it actually quite good. So Microsoft even showed some gaming capability on these ARM laptops, ARM devices through the emulator, and FPS was quite good. So the games were quite playable.
Actually, speaking about numbers in a kind of real world activities, one guy attended their conference and even managed to test 7-zip benchmark on ARM-based laptop, and it was around 10% slower than on x64.
Yeah, which is
quite good for emulation.
Yeah. It's a very good number for emulation. So there is even a resource if you wanted to buy ARM-based Windows laptop and you still wanted to play your favorite games. There is a resource where people are posting their results of the execution of a particular games. For example, let's say I wanted to play Fallout 4. Yeah, I can. Seems like I can play in it, so it's playable. With a lot of detail. Well, frame rate, 54 FPS. Well, it's quite old game, but still not bad. Yeah. Right. So definitely wanted to touch these laptops and see if it's applicable for our day-to-day life. And the last topic, it's also a little bit about Windows. Windows
last but not least.
Yeah. Windows subsystem for Linux. So a new increment of this product. So if you don't use Windows subsystem for Linux, you should do that. So it's a very nice capability of Windows. So you can actually run your right on your Windows PC all Linux applications, all Linux capabilities are available for you, and this is implemented in a very, very nice, seamless way. So this is a new increment, and actually they solved some problematic areas. For example, they solved the problem when DNS didn't work because of the VPN enabled on your host machine, on your Windows machine. So it seems like they solved that problem and few others as well. And actually, Windows subsystem for Linux will work on ARM machines, on these ARM machines natively. So Docker Desktop will work.
Podman Desktop should also be working.
Yeah.
Will it run ARM version of Linux or any version will be supported?
I don't know.
Docker and Docker and Docker and Docker.
Yeah.
ARM in x64 in ARM.
Right.
So for disaster.
Cool. That's really it for today. That's all topics that we wanted to discuss. Yeah, I think we can start wrapping up. So guys, any other topics, any other comments? Oh, right. I remember we wanted to unmute Pavel. Pavel, would you like to be unmuted and ask something? I'm going to allow your mic.
Hi. Sorry,
Yeah.
actually, I raised the hand by accident. I even didn't notice it until you mentioned somebody raised the hand. I checked who raised the hand, and it was me.
Okay, then I'll disable your mic. Okay, so no more questions, no more topics raised. Then I guess we can wrap up. Thanks everyone for attending our morning coffee. Wish you great ending of the week and a lovely weekend.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.